All right, thanks for bearing with me with all this tech stuff. Patience, patience, right? I am so excited and so honored to be listened by you or watched by you today as we kick off a series that I've been wanting to do for a while. And again, I was just mentioning there's never a perfect time, but I think we just got to do our best and just trust that whoever's supposed to watch, whoever's supposed to engage, whether now or later, we'll do that. All right. So for those that are, maybe you're just watching this, maybe you're somehow finding this, maybe you're like, who is this girl? I am Brianna. Brianna. Now, people have told me, Brianna, I call you Brianna. I call you Bri. How come you never correct me? That's a bad habit. My nickname is Bri. That just has happened, right? But my name is Brianna. So think of Brian with an and my brother's name is Brian, so it makes it easy for the fam. But I am Brianna Wilkerson. I am a holistic health coach, holistic health and life coach. And my heart really, with everything I'm doing, is to help women look good and feel good from the inside out so that they can love who they are and have the time, energy, and support they need to fulfill their dreams on their heart. This is my story, and I know it's other women's story. When we can prioritize how we feel about who we are, how we look, how we take care of ourselves, all those things, it opens up the world of possibilities. It opens up the world of possibilities for you to be able to really just pursue the things that you have been craving, that you've been desiring, or give yourself to the space to even dream. Many of us don't even give ourselves the space to dream. We don't give ourselves the space to, the space to just figure out what we want in life, whether it's, do I want to live here? Do I want this career? Do I want to feel like any of that, right? And I think when we start to show ourselves that we can make time for our whether it's our physical well-being or how we look, all those things, it starts to just like light something. It's like a light bulb in our mind. And suddenly we're like, well, I wonder if I can take care of my body by walking and eating right. Like maybe I could pursue that dream. Maybe I could pursue writing that book or taking that leadership course, and I love working with women in this. I am a coach at heart. That is what I do. I just love creating a space for women to share how they feel, where they want to go, ask them questions, maybe give a couple suggestions, and just really help them, encourage them, give them accountability, challenge to run after that. And I can do it in whatever. It's just who I am. So I can do it in your health. I can do it in your life. I can do it in your business. And because I've done those in all of mine and I've gotten support in all those areas for mine. So whether I'm I coach ministry leaders, I coach my health and life coaching clients, I coach my business team, my teams for my different businesses, I coach my customers, like I just coach. It's just a mentor. That's what I'm a coach and a mentor. And in all of my work, my own personal work and the work that I've done, if we want to look good and feel good from the inside out, this pillar we're talking about today is absolutely the most important one. It is the one that I know is the most important, yet the one I struggle with most. It is easy to believe that something you want won't happen rather than to have your hope up and believe it will. It is always easier to it's always easier to live in a state of discouragement and disbelief. And you might not believe the same faith as me, but I believe the enemy of God wants us to live in a state of disbelief and doubt, right? Does not want us to believe bigger, does not want us to have hope, does not want us to have faith, because that's the opposite of who he is, right? And the world is also set up to how people want you to feel encouraged, people want you to feel inspired, but they first want you to feel doubt or discouraged so that you can do whatever they think is best, really. And so I just wanted to start us off because this is the foundation. If you want to look good and feel good from the inside out, if you want to pursue a dream, if you want to start something, like whatever it is, you need to be watching what you're believing, what you're thinking, what you're saying, because that will transform into your actions and your reality. So many of us I'll give you an example, personal example. I am writing a book. I am nearly done this said book. Now, the writing part, I'm in the, well, it's massive. It's a massive book. I'm an overwriter. I'm in editing phase. But mind you, like I make time for a lot of things. People are like, I'm like, I can't. I find pockets of time to do things that matter to me. But if I have a block around that thing, I will suddenly not have time for it. You see what I'm saying? So suddenly I'm like, I don't have time to write. It's just like, what? I have time. I have time. You have time. And so I'm like, this is a block I have. Why is this block coming up? Well, because the book is nearly ready. I'm like, are people going to like it? Am I going to be copyrighted? You know, all this sort of like all these issues where things can go wrong. Now, same thing with your health. I don't have time to cook healthy meals. I don't have time to buy healthy meals. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to do this. And you keep telling yourself that, you will not have time because you will not see the time that you do have. Versus like, you know what? Yeah, I'm tired after a long day of work. My kid, got home, I got to make dinner. But maybe before that, we can go for a 10-minute walk together, right? Maybe we can just do a little family time, 10, 15-minute walk. You see, you had the time, but you created, because you're like, you know what? I do have time. You saw the time, right? And some people would say this is like law of attraction, some people would say, but I truly believe when we are open to possibilities present themselves because they're always presenting themselves. Brene Brown says, and I quote this all the time because it really challenges me. If we're looking for a reason, for example, to not belong, we'll find it. Anything someone says, anything that's what happened, you'll believe that, okay, this is for sure a reason I'm not belong. Versus if you're like, I belong, I'm worth it. You'll find reasons for that to happen. And it's the same thing. If you believe that nothing you desire will actually ever happen for you, it may, but you won't even like be happy about it because you're just going to be scared it's going to be taken away. Right? I say all this because you might be watching me for different things. You might be watching because you're one of my oil customers, or you're someone interested in oils, you're someone interested in press-on nails, you're someone interested in beauty products or apparel and wellness and fashion or healthy living, like whatever it is. Like, let me tell you, you all have some area of your life that you need to work on this mindset. It's interesting too. I'm gonna get into it, but I believe the battle is in the mind. Joyce Myers has a book, but the battle is in the mind for all of us. And I have done God has done a lot of work in my heart to free me from the battle in my mind towards weight and my body and my worth there. Right? I know that I'm more than my weight. I know that if my body is loose, it's fine. I'm loved. I'm beautiful. And that took a while, but also took some intentionality, and it actually took Spirit of God to break those stuff there. But I know that I'm more than my weight, but you don't want to know another thing that I'm working on. I'm more than my work, right? I'm in a season where, like, with young kids, working in like literally in between slots of time. Yes, I have childcare, yes, all that, but still, there's more to do than the time that I have, and I'm working in all of it. Things are never fully completed. Like, I just like, all right, I did one load of laundry, I folded it, haven't even put it away. I washed 5 dishes, but there's 10 more to go. Like, it's just lives in this constant state of like not completion in my mind. As a 3 on the Enneagram, if you've ever taken that test, I'm an Enneagram 3, which is an achiever. That's a struggle. That's a huge struggle for me because I often find my worth or value in what I do. Now, again, it's not just career. It could be in anything. Is my kid talking in time? Is my kid walking in time? Am I a good friend? Like all these things. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna fall short. You're gonna fall short. That's fine. But what I find is that it starts here, and no matter what it is in your relationships, your career, your health, business, life, I mean, it just all starts here. And if you are in my sphere and I am somehow leading you, again, it could be whatever sphere, I want to be faithful to the fact that I truly believe you can look good and feel good from the inside out and pursue whatever you want to do in life. Again, it could be just to be healthy enough to be with your kids, to enjoy those moments, to, whatever, to be, again, does not matter. I would not be faithful to what I feel like I'm supposed to do if I didn't tell you that you need to work on your mindset. We all do. The battle is in the mind. Okay. So today I want to talk about what mindset is. Just talk about some basic things that make up your mindset. Then we're talking about, you hear this word a lot. We talk about limiting beliefs, limiting beliefs, limiting beliefs. We're talking about what that is and then how to overcome it. And of course, I have a lot of tips and I have a lot of tools for you to be able to do that. One of them being coaching, one of them being depending on what issue it is or area. I have some different like inventories that you can try out and take stock in. And then I have and I just believe no matter what, this tool for success bundle that me and a friend put together years back is something you need to check out. Okay. So I don't have a lot of time, but I have time and I'm going to go for it. By the way, just look at these beautiful pink nails. Like, can you see this, Instagram Pam? I am in love. Like, listen, people are like, what are you doing? Why are you adding all these things? Well, first of all, I'm going to be talking about these anyway, so I might as well like build a business that way. I'm an entrepreneur and I didn't know I was an entrepreneur. So some people look at me 7 years after doing this and think, well, actually 10 years after starting things and think, oh my gosh, I could never do what you do. Quiet. Let's just be quiet because I believe all of us can do things. Now, are there some of us that have like a knack, love it, enjoy it? Yes, but I believe that we can do anything that we put our mind to. It starts in the mind, right? So if you have a business on your heart, a ministry, a blog, a book, whatever, do it, girl. Time is of the essence. All right, so mindset. Mindset is basically just a predisposition to something and a belief about something. So if like this is how you feel about it, this is what you think about it. And Carol Dweck was one of the first people who wrote some books on mindset. There's been a lot in the personal development world, but she talks a lot about fixed and growth mindset. And I'm going to add, I actually love talking about scarcity and abundance mindset. Now, a lot of us struggle with fixed and scarcity. But let me tell you, if you can lean into the growth and abundance, your life's going to change. So fixed mindset is, I don't believe things can change. I just don't. I believe this is always how it's going to be. Scarcity mindset is like, there's not enough. There's never enough. There's not enough time. There's not enough money. There's not enough resources. There's just not enough. Growth mindset things, you know what? It may not be what we want now, but things can change. It's possible. It's a mindset of faith. It's a mindset of belief, positive belief, abundant belief. Abundance mindset is like, there is enough. There's more than enough. There's more than enough time. There's more than enough money. There's more than enough resources. There's just more than enough. I believe there's more than enough. Now, which one do you like? Okay, let's get clear now. Like wherever you're at, right? Well, first of all, it's the beginning of the year. What are your top 3 goals for the year? What are your top 3 desires? With your health, with your life, with your business? Like, what are they? And then ask yourself which mindset you have with those. All right. So let me share mine. So I have so many, so it's kind of hard to narrow it down, but I don't know. In the past, I've created like SMART goals, very specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. But for me, ultimately, what goals are going after is like a desire. It's an intention. It's something I want to feel. And so I really want to feel successful in a lot of areas of my life. And so, yeah, so I set goals, but like I asked myself, well, how do I feel successful right now versus just waiting? You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm working on, to realize that I am successful right now, regardless of what I achieve, right? So to be specific, I really want to finish my book and hopefully publish it in the world. But 2, I really want to build teams. I really want to build a team of people who love essential oils and wellness products. I want to share it. Women who love Red Aspen nail dashes and beauty products, I want to share it. I want to build people who love apparel. I mean, Savvy got wellness and beauty coming out too. And love clothes, love wearing it, and I want to share it. Why? Yes, is that going to help me? All that can help me build a bigger business? Yeah. But let me tell you, it's the transformation that comes when women step into a space and say, I have what it takes to fulfill this dream on my heart. That's what I want to see. I was just talking to someone today, and just team member, and just like the idea of like, I don't believe I can do it. I'm like, if you only knew that I wrestle with this thought almost every day. And I have to run to my mentors and say, like, you need to help me. And I have to run to prayer too, but like, you just need like, set me straight, because I know I can. It's just, I'm in a state of disbelief or doubt right now because it may not be going that I want. And this is what I do with my coaching clients, health coaching and life coaching clients too. Like, we just have these desires and these beliefs, but there's so many things that make it feel like we will never get there. And so one of my beliefs is to build teams, and then team of teams, right? Build some teams. One of my goals, sorry, publish the book. And I'm already doing it. I want to get back into the gym. So I've been working out at home, but it's not the same for me. And I love Olympic weightlifting. I love a barbell. I love a dumbbell. I love CrossFit. I just love it. And I just like, that's on my vision board. Have you seen my vision board? I did an episode on the podcast, Made Well Women podcast, and I posted it on Instagram and Facebook, my vision board for the year. And there's a picture of me lifting there, because I just was like, I want to be back to the place where I feel like I just love it. I love it. I want to do it more. Right. And so I'm already realizing that dream. Right. And I did like lightweight stay, for example. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll get back to where I want to be, or maybe not, but either way, I'm going to enjoy it. Right. So those are 3 of mine. One is like, get the book out there, build some team, and help some women just fulfill the dreams on their heart through businesses, and then and help women through their health and life through my book. And then, weightlift more. Those are mine. But now this is the thing. Let me tell you my beliefs that made all 3 that are making and have made those 3 hard, right? Again, with the book, I said, it's just like, is it going to be good? Are people going to hate it? Is it going to be too long? Am I going to misquote something? All this sort of stuff. Like, and so it's easy. And so what did I do? I invested in a book coach, amazing Dallas Woodburn, and saying, hey, help me get through this. Doing it. And then I went to the gym, because I'm like, if I want to do it, I got to do it. And then teams, I'm like, I am literally out there asking like people who I think would be amazing at all 3 of those things. Do oils, nails, clothes, whatever. And I'm saying, you'd be awesome. And I believe in you. Do you want to do it? Right? Now, it's very easy for me to be like, oh, but no one wants to work with me. Or again, that book's going to suck. Or what if I hurt myself lifting, or whatever it is? It's just, whenever you are so close, whenever you're so close to the thing you really want, of course there's going to be obstacles, and of course there's going to be disbelief. Okay. So I would love for you, if you are watching this again on the replay or live, or somehow let me know, what are your top 3 goals for your life this year? What do you desire? What do you crave? And what mindset do you tend to have around it? Do you tend to have a fixed mindset, growth? Those are kind of the opposites, or scarcity or abundance. We want to shift from a place of fixed or scarcity to growth and abundance. And it takes practice. And we're going to talk about some tools to help you, but it takes practice, it takes work, it takes intentionality. All right. So then I love this. I love the book by Jen Sincero called You Are Badass at Making Money. And she has a lot of stuff around it, but I read this one first, and I just loved her pillars of mindset, how she laid it out. So belief, it starts with what we believe, then what we think, then what we say, feel, act, and then that creates our reality. So many of us are trying to do number 5 and 6. We're trying to change our actions to create a different reality. But most of us, aren't looking at, well, what do I believe about this? What am I saying? What am I thinking? What am I saying? And how am I feeling? Because those are the foundational ones, right? It's like belief, thoughts, words, feelings, actions, reality. The same thing with, like, we talk about this in doTERRA and in health coaching, it's like nutrition and digestion, movement and metabolism, stress and sleep, toxic load and reducing toxic burden, informed self-care, proactive medical care, right? So from a health point of view, we know that we need to be really, really careful and really care about our nutrition and digestion, because that's going to help all the rest. Same thing with beliefs. We got to look at our beliefs, because that's going to help all the rest. And so that's really what I want to talk more about, is what you're thinking, what you're saying, thinking, no, what you're feeling, thinking, and saying. No, what you believe, what you're thinking, saying, and feeling. So, I mentioned limiting beliefs. That's very much a popular word, but really what that is that you believe something about yourself, about a situation that is limiting you from taking that leap or going or reaching what you want to do, right? And we all have those. And even ones that you think, oh, I've overcome it, they come back. Mindset work is what to your mind, what exercise, eating well, all that is to your body. You have to constantly be doing it. It's not like, oh, I'm done. And sometimes I get frustrated. Can I just say I get frustrated? Because I'm like, why am I still thinking this? Why do I still need to say this affirmation? I thought I was done. It's like, no, because it's reminding myself, because it's easy, especially with social media, to sit out there comparing yourself to others and disqualify yourself before you even get started. Can I get an amen? All right, it's time to stop that foolishness. It's time to stop that foolishness and do this mindset work and get rid of those limiting beliefs. All right, so we looked at what are your top goals? What mindset do you have there? We're starting with that belief. What are you believing? What are you thinking? What are you saying? And what are you feeling about those goals, about yourself? Because sometimes I truly actually believe it's what we believe. Preach, girl. I know I'm preaching right now, right? It's what we truly believe about ourselves that is stopping us from doing anything, right? If I don't believe, I encounter this all the time. They're like, I'm not a good saleswoman. I can't do network marketing or direct sales. And I'm like, maybe that's how you feel, but I believe you can. I was not good at this, but I tapped into really, what am I doing when I am, because even as a coach, you got to stop. What am I doing? I'm inviting. I am just being faithful to the invitation. I'm being faithful to the invitation the first time, the second time, third time, whatever. And people are adults, women are adults that can say no. If they don't want it, they say no. I have some friends, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep reminding you that this is an opportunity. And they're like, it's not a good time. I'm like, great. Just let me know when it is. Right. And I'm trying to, as much as I can, to be relational and connect with people in an authentic way. But literally, it's like, if I truly believe something is powerful and something can change how a woman looks at herself, feels about herself, whether it's for a minute, whether it's for 5, 10 minutes, or a year, I'm going to be faithful to that invitation. And then I'm going to just trust that the woman is going to decide and the right women will come. Right? Now, drop some of your health goals or your life goals, business goals, whatever below. And I would love to process with this if again, not now, after, in the comments. Like, what are those limiting beliefs that you got? Like, what do you need to just like, I'm going to give you a 3-step process to doing this. But what do you need to do which ones do you need to like address? Pick one, right? Is it like, I don't have what it takes to be consistent with my exercise routine? I don't have what it takes to sell well. I don't have what it takes to get that position at work. I don't have my gosh, I'm about to weep, because as I say that, I'm like, those phrase, I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. I'm not enough. That's just like, it is not of God and it's not good. So let's like get that out the door, right? My core thing too is like, I hardly believe I'm enough. And sometimes then I overcompensate or overdo things. It's like, I am enough, just who I am, right? I am enough. What I do is enough. What I say is enough. How I love is enough. I'm not gonna get it perfect, but today that's all I got. I'm enough, right? And I have to tell myself this over and over. And so when you identify, okay, those goals you have, the mindset you have around it, those limiting beliefs, this is a 3-step thing. Literally, I was just writing some Post-it notes. I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, how do we overcome it? We catch it, we twist it, and we release it. That's like some like preaching. It is preaching over here, like the little 3-step thing. Catch it, and I mean, in scripture talks about taking caption every thought and make it obedient to Christ. Is like, catch that thing, right? So we think about 60,000, 80,000 thoughts a day. We think a lot of thoughts. And if you're not careful, that like negative thoughts just kind of like swirls, right? And you feed it and it swirls more and it becomes bigger in a big tidal wave in a pool. versus like, oh man, I don't have what it takes. Whoop, catch it, twist it, and then release it. So we catch it being like, oh wait, I just thought this about myself. I'm not enough. I don't have what it takes to do this 5K or something. All right, twist it. Twist it is like we're going to rewrite it. You might have heard of rewriting limiting beliefs. We're going to say like, oh, no, I am more than enough. I have what it takes. And more so than that, I am running a 5K and finishing in the top 20. Look at me go. How does that make you feel? Like, I don't have what it takes to finish a 5K, so I'm not going to do it. Versus like, oh man, no, I got what it takes. Or like, I'm getting there. I am not only am I going to run that 5K, I'm going to like do my best and I'm going to rock it. Like, it's happening. Right? I think sometimes we think that positivity is naive, but is it? Look at every successful person that you look up to. I'm telling you, they've had to do this work. CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, top people in network marketing, direct sales, in the coaching industry, in the VA, and like whatever it is, top people in any sphere, any leader that you look up to that has influence in your life has had to do this mindset work. 100%. We just look at them and be like, oh, they're lucky. No, they're not. They've worked their butt. They've worked their mind to get there. Okay. So we catch it, we twist it, and then we release it. So for example, if I say, oh man, like, look at her. She's like, oh, I'm not enough to do this. Okay, caught it. Oh, wait. I am enough. I am enough to do this 5K. I'm going to rock it. Okay. So goodbye, negative thought. And this is the one I'm keeping, right? Catch it, twist it, release it. We're catching it. We're being very aware of what we're thinking and believing. We're twisting it. Twist it. We often hear twist it, like some people twist the truth. And we're twisting the doubt, twisting the lie, and creating and putting truth all over that thing. And then we're releasing that negative thought, because it doesn't, like, it's not bad to think these things or feel down or whatever. It's just don't stay there too long. I was talking to a top leader in one of the companies that I'm part of, and he was just mentioning, like, I legit asked this question. I was just like, you said you wanted to quit so many times, and it's like, what stopped you from quitting? He's like, never quit more than 24 hours. And I said, huh. He's like, yeah, one time I went to movies and watched 7 movies straight. I never wanted to do that again, but then I was ready to go. Like, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to feel a certain way, but don't be in that place too long. And for some of us, we're in that place too long. Okay. Catch it, twist it, release it. It's easy to remember, right? What are those beliefs you have about those things you crave and desire for your life? Catch it, twist it, release it over and over and over. All right. And so some tools to do that, I've talked about this affirmation. It is my favorite thing to offer my clients and to help them. I mean, there's this one client, we literally write affirmations almost every session, and she goes and repeats them. It's awesome, because it's like, she knows, which is so great. It's the power is in your mind, right? And so this is deep work, guys, and I'm not trying to take this lightly, right? And if you can't even believe something positively right away, you can say, I am on the way to doing it. I'm an accountant, and let me just, if anyone listening to this knows me, it's like, I just think I suck with money sometimes. I'm like, man, I suck with money. Like, I don't have time to do my own, like, keep track of my bookkeeping. I'm like, shh. I mean, I do it, but it's like, I always think I'm just not good with money. I'm like, wait, what? You are like, what is this? It's like, no, I'm getting better with money every day. You see that? Versus saying I'm good with money. It's like, oh, I don't know if I feel it, but I'm getting better with money every day. It's a progressive affirmation. And so you can make those progressive. But what I will say this, when you become a client of mine or access some of my paid courses, I do have some some steps for writing affirmations. But one of the first ones, the most important, is saying I am, right? And you start with saying I am, because I am is a bold declaration, and it's saying you are this. It's who you are. And it's also saying it's present. Not like I am going to run that 5K. I am running that 5K. Because what happens when you say, like, but Brianna, like, it's January, the 5K is not till December. It's like, well, I'm running it. So your brain is like, okay, she's running it. And if you're not actually practicing running, or you're just walking the whole time, which is fine. But if you want to run, you got to run. Then your brain's like, you're not, like, there's some dissonance here, right? I am running that 5K. Like actually saying it in the present helps you do another thing. Saying it, like saying that affirmation helps you rewrite that belief, but visualizing it. You've heard of vision boards, you've heard of visualization. They're not woo-woo, it's real. When we read a book, we picture what's happening in the book, right? We see words and we picture life. We picture images, colors. And so it's why is it not the same thing when I say I am enough, I am running this 5K, I am building a team, for me to visualize it? It's the exact same thing. You're writing a book. Ooh, this is good. Like you're writing a book and writing a story with your words. You realize that whether you write them, whether you say them, whether you think them. So you are only going to match the vision or imagery of that to your words. So if I, like, it's just, for example, fear is false evidence appearing real. So if I'm afraid of the dark and see a boogeyman coming, or I'm, staying home alone in my house and I feel like someone's going to break in, I imagine that, it's going to put fear in me and I'm going to imagine it. And I'm going to be scared the whole night and not sleep, versus like, I am safe. I am safe. My neighbors are here. Got some great locks, got a system. I'm safe and I can sleep. That feels different, doesn't it? And so your words don't only just create a reality, it creates your story, it creates your life. But it starts with what you believe, because we say and think what we believe, okay? And so visualization is powerful. So, whether it's a vision board, whether you're just closing your eyes and imagining the things when you're saying your affirmations, what we visualize is very powerful. And so with that, I think affirmations, visualizations are a tool, but actually organizing yourself so that it is, I should say, organization and planning is just as important. So you can't just sit here, because guess what? Belief, thoughts, words, feelings, like we worked on that, the affirmations and the visualizations, the coaching, the mentorships, helping that. But you actually got to do something. You can't just wait for it to come to you. It's like dating. I have one of the people I look up to. She's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to meet some people. And I'm going to, she signed up for some dating apps, right? And some people are like, that's weird, but it's like, no, it's like she might meet someone through the dating app, but she might also meet someone down the street or at a coffee shop. But what she's doing, she's saying, I'm open to like finding that person that I really want to be with, right? And so she's taking action. And so this person, she might go through 50 people before she finds it, but if she didn't take that action, would she have been open? Would she have found it? It's like watching those shows, like you watch some shows and like the friend is seeing something happening between it, like a potential love interest. And then the friend comes over and is like, so what was that? She's like, oh, what? No. She's like, so you're going to go get the number or what? It's like sometimes we're just like, we want it, but we're not open. So we miss the opportunity. I don't want you to miss any opportunities for your goals. I don't want you to miss any opportunities for your life. Oh, I'm glad, Shauna. I want you to find those things that you're craving and that you're wanting, right? But it starts with believing it's possible, watching what you're thinking or saying, visualizing the feeling, but taking action. So what are those action steps for you, right? So if you understood, okay, these are my goals. This is what I believe, limiting beliefs. I'm going to catch it, twist it, release it. I'm going to say my affirmation, I'm going to visualize, but I need to do something. And that's where a plan comes in, or organizing, whether it's a planner, you're writing, or habits tracker, like for 30 days, you want to eventually run that 5K in 3 months, maybe, right? So what plan do you need to do? Well, how much you need to run each day, right? How do you keep track of that? How do you reward yourself? You got to reward yourself and celebrate yourself, because that's going to help you keep going, right? And I used to love bullet journaling. I still do some version of that, but I have found a planner I really love, so it feels like it encompasses what I need. But I did bullet journaling for years, and basically what that is creating your own planner, creating habit trackers, lists, everything in one place, so it's easy. You can put your vision board in there too. You can put your affirmations or your gratitudes in there, right? And so whatever you need, putting it on a Google Calendar. Some people talk about blocking out calendar. Maybe you need to block out time in your calendar to run, or to reach out to those potential customers or team members and protect it. You would not schedule something. Sometimes we book a double book, but you're more likely to be faithful to a meeting if it's with someone else? Why are you skipping out on the meeting with yourself? It's easy to, right? It's easy to skip out on meetings or things that are important with ourselves. But if you want to look good, feel good, so you can do good and fulfill the dreams on your heart, you cannot skip out on those meetings with yourself. So I got young kiddos. Sometimes things don't always happen when I want it to, like time-wise. But because it's important, I write it on my list. I'm going to get it done at some point throughout the day. If not, tomorrow. It has to be done tomorrow, right? These things I'm saying are important to me and fulfilling these dreams. I got to protect that time and healthy boundaries. We see boundaries as weird, but boundaries is something that is beautiful. Boundaries is just saying, this is where I end and you begin, and this is what is important to me. And so I got to protect it. Now, sometimes like my kids, like I can't be like, excuse me, I know you're crying and want to eat right now, but I gotta, like, sometimes, yes, but sometimes I gotta go help them and like be like, okay, I can finish this later. It's okay to like sacrifice sometimes, but we sacrifice too much. Probably for most of you listening, you need to not sacrifice. All right. So those tools, I think with, well, let's just review. Mindset is your predisposition towards something, what you just genuinely believe about something to be true. You can have a fixed scarcity mindset, or you can have a growth and abundance mindset. The 6 pillars are belief, thoughts, words, feelings, actions, and reality. So many of us are trying to change the actions and reality, but we're going to first start with those first 4. One quick tip way to rewrite your limiting beliefs: catch it, twist it, release it. Catch it, twist it, boom, baseball over here. And then 3 tips I suggest is affirmations, getting good at those, being diligent with those, visualizing, whether it's a vision board, whether it's sitting down and getting a Pinterest board, whatever, and then organization. Bullet journal is that, planner, Google Calendar, whatever works best for you. There's no one size fits all. And that's why bullet journaling is nice, because you get to create and customize it yourself. All right. So those are my tips around mindset. Now, again, regardless of where you are at and who you are and why you're watching, I believe we all have goals and things we want for our life. And if not, this is the time to dream. Maybe you were never given permission to dream, or maybe you've just gone through seasons of so much discouragement and doubt and feeling like failure and not success, and you need permission to dream again. I'm giving you that permission. Dream with me. Hit my DMs and tell me your dreams. I would actually really love it when people tell me their dreams. Tell me your dreams. Tell me your goals. Tell me your desires. And let's see what we can do to get you there, right? And with all of this, again, I have different ways to help you in that. First being, if you are wanting support in your health and your life, you feel like coaching is where coaching would be something that would be beneficial to you. Or maybe you've never explored it and don't quite understand what it is. I would love to have a complimentary clarity call with you. This is where we can just hop on the phone together and just, our Zoom phone, whichever, and just talk about what are your goals, what are your intentions, and what are your desires. And I'll just share with you whether we're a good fit, and also, and you can decide that as well, also what I offer to help you get there. It just gives you clarity, and you might actually get off that call and be like, it's something else. That's fine. It gives you clarity. All right. So reach out to me, and I'll put the link later if you want that clarity call. And then I also have, I've been talking about vision boards, affirmations, goal setting, and bullet journaling. There is a Tools for Success bundle that I have in my library of resources that you can go through. It's some trainings and it's some resources to really help you, just help you rewrite that mindset and all of that. And yeah. And if you've never done bullet journaling, you've never done vision board, you've never done some thoughts around goal setting, it could be really beneficial to you. So definitely reach out if you're interested in that, and I can share that link with you so you can check it out. Okay, because those 3 things really just changed and transformed the way that I approach everything on my goals. So that's it for today. Today we covered mindset. We covered a lot, and I hope that some of it was a gem for you. You please let me know your biggest takeaway from today. If you need to go back and listen or rewatch this, do that, and always use the comments. I always advise people use the comments to process, because other people can see what you're thinking. And then not tomorrow, next Tuesday, I think around the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will come back and talk about habits. So we talked about like the first 4 pillars, right? Beliefs, thoughts, words, actions, feel. they'll feel, and then we're talking about actions, habits, because all together your mindset and habits will help you, shift how you feel, but also will help you create that reality where you can look good and feel good from the inside out and do the big things on your heart, right? And then week 3, we're going to talk about wellness. So particularly going into healthy habits, going into certain wellness products that have really been transformative for me and my community and helping them look good, feel good. And then we're going to talk about beauty, whether it be the nails or the different beauty products Red Aspen has. And just some tips around, like, honestly, look at this. Like, I'm very simple, and some people are way more into makeup, way more into different beauty things. But like, I'm like, how about how can I simplify it for me as a mom of 2 young kids doing multiple things, right? And then week 5, we're going to talk about how we dress, because I truly believe how we dress, how we show up on the outside, whether again, nails, whatever, hair, makes a difference on the outside. And then obviously also in wellness products, I'll talk about skin and hair care as well, because doTERRA has some of those. All right, Shauna says, catch it, twist it, release it. So powerful. Thank you for this live. So beneficial. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That makes me so happy. All right. If you guys are watching the replay, let me know, or you're watching live. And one more thing, if you are like me, like little reminders, I have a way that you can join my email list and just for this series and be reminded. I'll send out an email starting next week, the day of or the day beforehand, saying, hey, we're going live talking about this, to that list. Okay. And then also you'll join my overall list to get the weekly podcast that I do and anything coming up. Today's episode was really great, actually. 254 with Cynthia Brace about advocating for your own health and wellness. And I just think that aspect of advocating for ourselves is very huge. Okay. Thank you so much. I am going to go check on the kiddos before I hop on another call, but have a great evening, and I'll talk to you all soon.